Advantage Williams.
Now this is Williams' first break point.
You're going to get real agitated there, Pam. I can see that.
Well, as everyone saw, she started to move forward. Her instincts were right. She hit the great shot. She had Hingis on the defensive. Hingis popped up the ball. Williams started in and then came back. And so this will change, I think, with time.
She missed a great opportunity there. What a difference it would have made.
Advantage Hingis.
Down set point again. She could have still been in the fight for this set if she had just taken Pam Shriver's advice.
Well, I'm her mentor, too, on the WTA Tour. It's a new program that started, but she's not taking my advice.
Game in first set. Hingis 6 games to 3.
35 minutes. News from the Garden enclosure here at White City. Exit the number 8 seed in the men's singles, Cedric Pierlin from France. A great result for Todd Martin, who's really been pushing it to get back to the top. 6-4, 5-7, 6-3 in the Americans' favor.
That's a great win for Todd Martin, and there you see the score now. But Todd Martin had the elbow surgery last year, and any other year that match probably would have been on center court. That's a great first round. And of course, yesterday we lost the number 8 seed in the women's side, Anka Huber, going out to American Chanda Rubin. So bad tournament for the number 8 seed.
Carlos Moya went out yesterday as well, number 3 seed. So the big names aren't going to get all their own way.
Love 15. Net for serve.
We saw a couple of games ago when there was a situation when Williams was up at net with a pretty easy shot for Hingis. She went right at Venus Williams. This time Venus does the opposite, goes around Hingis with a cross-court winner, 15-all.
Different serve from Venus Williams there. Just took some of the pace off and had it swinging out wide.
Of course, that's the wide serve here at White City where the wind helps you. So pace is not the name of the game on that wide serve on the deuce side up that end. You want to slice it and let the wind help you out. Well, we've seen a lot of those unforced errors, and I think everyone probably watching now can start to identify the reasons why Martina Hingis is 1 in the world and Venus Williams right now is 22. There's just too many of those unforced errors creeping in. 22-13 in that category, with Venus Williams way ahead.
Correction, replay the point.
Ooh, it's a big call from the chair.
Short land inside, Martina. Short land inside.
Leanne White says she saw it inside the line. Well, she did move swiftly to overrule Leanne White, but it was a... yeah, and I tell you what, on the replay, her eyesight is pretty good.
Well, Leanne White's been around a long while.
Well, she hits the ball a ton, but there's no point if it doesn't go over the net.
Well, she knew that was an opportunity to try for the winner. It's just obviously she needs to convert on the opportunities, taking a little extra time here.
Cheers.
There, you could see she was going to take that one in the air, and then, of course, it went long, but it's a good change of tactics and starting to maybe take advantage of the big groundies. Clever.
It was. She waited for that and waited.
Well, and it's just a hard shot. I mean, what she ends up doing is hitting an inside-out forehand angle from the center of the court. Holds it nicely, and then look at the loop. It lands very short with that off angle.
Cheers.
That was a well-placed serve, not that fast, 152 Ks on break point. You got to try and find a way to kick it back in if you can instead of miss the return. It's unusual for Hingis.
Advantage Hingis.
Now, most of the errors do come on the forehand side. Sometimes a little bit of a rush. She was heading for the net there and didn't finish her shot. And so the third break point for Hingis.
Cheers.
A little dangerous there. You can hear it clip the net, the big forehand.
Well, she doesn't back off, not for anybody. Ask Serena Australia.
Oh, that incident got, that got overplayed. But yeah, made all for a pretty interesting U.S. Open. A little bumping incident there in the semifinals.
Advantage Hingis.
There's just a limited amount of time you can survive these continual
Ball boy, can you just inside the baseline? Something's fallen off, thank you.
break
Earring.
points.
Oh, Venus has lost. It's
Bring it
not
over
a
at the
bead.
change of ends, thank you.
It's not a bead this time. It's an earring. I wonder if that'll cause a little equilibrium problem, a little imbalance.
Game Hingis.
Again, she didn't back off,
game,
but it
second
cost her opening service break in the second set for Martina Hingis. Third day of play, the Adidas International, and this is Super Tuesday. A gripping match, too, between Martina Hingis and Venus Williams. 6-3 first set in 35 minutes to Hingis, and a break up in the second.
Well, and really very close to being no service breaks. The two service games that Venus Williams lost, she had opportunities, very long games, and Hingis won through them both. Venus needs to find a way of breaking through on the Hingis serve. That's not a
15
good
love.
start. Crucial game of the match so far was the 8th game of the first set. Williams led 40-15 but dropped serve.
15 all.
Hingis still does that every once in a while. She just sort of plays a very loose point, sort of almost disinterested, lost concentration, but she gets it back very quickly.
Sure, she moved forward that time.
15-30.
Well, you know, it's a sort of an interesting situation because she lets it bounce. Hingis is going to get right back into the court, and you never know. So she was smart to take it in the air.
30 all.
Service ace.
First one. Now that's where the wind really pushes it more wide, and Venus needs to take that into account here at White City. Don't play towards that far sideline when you're up this end.
Game Hingis.
Well, I did say at the start of the match the breeze wasn't
Hingis leads
as
2
fresh
games to love.
as it had been at this time yesterday, but boy, it's picked up in the last 20 minutes.
Yeah, it has picked up. Still an interesting stat, only one net winner from Hingis, and even in that last point, she was the one that came into the court and then backed up. I'm really surprised she has not come to net more in this match. Part of the reason, though, is because the unforced errors from Venus Williams. And Venus, when she has been playing the shots, has been hitting the ball pretty hard. There haven't been that many openings. And I'm surprised Hingis hasn't created a couple of more. Crucial game for Venus Williams. She's lost the last 5. See, with Venus Williams up at net, she's 6 feet 1 inch or 1.5 inches tall, and she is very difficult to pass, tough to lob over. Not a great approach, but a good volley. Covers the net like a blanket.
Net. First serve. Oh. 15 all.
Trying to hit her way out of trouble. She was on the run and out of the court. There you can see almost twice as many for Venus Williams on forced errors. Well, yesterday we saw Chanda Rubin serving a number of foot faults, and again, it's such a waste. Just back up at an inch or two.
15-30.
All right, this is where against number 1 player, you take a couple extra seconds, but Venus is kind of stepping right up and ready to play again. Sometimes it helps to just pause.
Pretty good backhand approach.
I think Venus wanted that ball to go over. She wanted to give it
a whack.
Good smack.
Got a chance that time.
Very impressed with Venus Williams' forehand volley. The last one, the Hingis hitter, was very low, and she got down nicely and placed it. She didn't overplay it, but came up with a solid volley deep in the corner.
Game Williams. leads 2 games to 1. Thirty love.
Venus Williams finds the net on the second point of this fourth game of the second set. Hingis serving, 30 love.
Well, that kind of pace, and when you take the ball that early, you do not need to hit it right next to the sideline.
Yeah.
Well, actually, the pace was okay. I just don't, a combination of pace with placement near the line is not necessary. I mean, it's kind of like blast it that hard, but aim for a yard or two inside, and it's still going to be a winner as hard as that's coming. Like that. Oh, she got there.
Hingis leads 3 games to 1.
Still has not figured out a way to break Martina Hingis' serve. Hingis serving 69% and won 76% of her first serve, so that's good numbers. And she's only served 1 or 2 big ones, served the 1 ace. Better find a way to break soon. Time's running out. Gary, I mentioned briefly that mentor program. Anyone 18 years of age on the tour, top 100 ranked, can be a part of the mentor program. It's part of the age eligibility, and it's just basically like informal situation where you try and help out one of the young kids.
30 love.
I think Martina Hingis and Chris Evert.
Who gets to choose?
Oh, the teen.
Okay.
The young one. And then the older retired player, recently retired usually, has the opportunity to accept. I think most of the time we've all accepted.
That's pretty neat, though, to think that somebody of Venus Williams' talent and ability and promise would say, hey, I want Pam Shriver.
Well, maybe she figures the height. We're about the same height. She knows she moves a lot better than I ever did. But we've gotten along well for a number of years. I like Venus. I like her whole family.
40-15.
All you got to do now is figure out how to get her to listen to you.
Well, you're not really a coach or anything. It's more like, just trying to, like, she wanted to know about Australia, and since I've been down here like 400 times, I could tell her quite a few about how nice the people are.